The most natural thing for a human to do is to make a sound. Ah! You make a sound. The other most natural thing to do is to beat a drum. You know, to feel rhythm. We're primal beings. We all are born of creativity.
I am Natalie Lucia. I'm a tattooer at Kaklaki Tattoos in Kloop Street, Cape Town. I always wanted to be an artist, I guess, but I didn't think that I was good enough. I've only been tattooing for 5 years, but I've been working in tattoo shops for like 13 years. I was a receptionist, and then I became a shop manager, and then when I moved to England, I wanted to learn. Awesome. You can come around this side. You can pop it down over here if you like. So you can sit here first. I want to put the stencil on and see if it's in the right place.
I was drawing the one day and the owner came up to me and he's like, wow, like you can draw. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. And he was like, wow, if you ever want to be a tattooer, please let me know. Like, I was like, cool, I want to do it. And then, yeah. A lot of my tattoos hold meaning, but there are a few that are kind of just ornamental that I like the way it looks. It makes me feel a certain way when I see it on myself. Not everybody gets them for deep spiritual meanings. People sometimes get them just for aesthetic purposes. And I don't think there is right or wrong, there just is.
How are you feeling today? You excited? Have you been wanting to get this one for a while?
Yeah, it has been a while.
I have gone through like love-hate relationships with my tattoos, but I don't necessarily hate anything that I have on my body. I love everything because it's a part of me, it's a part of my journey. It's important to maybe get to a level like that within yourself about your tattoos, because there's always something that you can maybe nitpick, or maybe it's not 100% perfect or pristine. But tattoos aren't meant to be. They're handcrafted, they're handmade, they're made by someone, they're not made by a machine or an imprint. I think as you start to live with your tattoos and they start to age and change with you, that is what makes them beautiful, is the little frayed edges, the parts where they start like merging. You know, tattoos that are worn, you can see that it's had a life of its own.
The tattoos give me a personal power, like a confidence. It's not really about what anyone else is thinking of me. What someone else thinks about me has got nothing to do with me. And I shouldn't be bothered about what they're thinking about me. I should just be living and being. And I express myself in this way. And there's a lot like me, and there's a lot of people that are not like me at all. I think it's the beauty that we are all here. And we get to share space, and we get to share stories.
Come play with me. And wait and see what's in store for me, you and me. Wait and see.
I try to not box anybody because you have to kind of meet the person and be in their presence to understand who they are and what their energy is.
And I'll take these branches out there so it looks like it goes into there.
Yeah.
Does that feel cool for you?
Yeah. And maybe you open the back.
Take it off.
Yeah, take it off.
Okay, so maybe just like a thin line, okay?
Exactly.
Maybe I get a bit of an insight into what this tattoo is or why she's choosing it, because it does intrigue me.
It's so interesting for me because like you'll meet someone and you don't always know like how many tattoos they have.
Obviously, you got to think of what it is that you want to put on your body and that you want to wear for the rest of your life and what it means for you. Tattoos are extremely primal and tribal. We come from tribes, and it's how we used to protect ourselves. People used to put a mark on them before they went to war in hope that they would come back. They would also maybe go through a rite of passage and receive a tattoo, and that's what they wore, and they wore it as armor. And we're very, very similar in this day and age. Most of the people that I tattoo have gone through something. Most of them have maybe gone through a death of self, or maybe experienced a death, some sort of loss, some sort of triumph, and they choose to put it on their skin as a way to remind them, an affirmation. Once you put that mark on, it's there, whether it's positive or negative, and that is completely up to you how you perceive it.
Can you feel it at all?
Yeah, of course I can.
But it's not too bad, eh? Okay. Yeah, I suck with all of it. I cry.
When I get tattooed, I cry. I feel like crying is also a very, very powerful release for me. Some people feel similarly, some people release in other ways. And I think sometimes even in the tattoo process, you can see that. It's not necessarily because it's painful, but it's because all of that feeling, all of that emotion is now come to the forefront and it's out. With the kind of work that I do, I take on a lot of the person's stuff. But it's not always like that. I'm getting better at discerning what is a big emotion, what is mine, what is theirs.
If you could stay anywhere, where would you stay?
Here.
Here, really?
It's not so overwhelming anymore, but it's taken me a long time. And I think that a lot of other empathic tattoo artists probably feel similarly. Because the energy exchange is real, whether someone believes in it or not. There are two people sitting there, they're sharing space, and they're sharing energy. For most of the people that I've met and that I've been tattooed by, I feel like they genuinely care about what they're doing. They love that someone is there making themselves vulnerable, choosing to put something on their skin that lasts a lifetime. Something that expresses their innermost world or who they want to be. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are, I don't know, kind of like maybe born for it.